Hi guys! So I am briefly going to narrate this video again because this video is going to be the last 2.5 days that we spent in San Francisco, and we did lots of little things, and I didn't film everything, and I very rarely really talked about where we were going or what we were doing, so I thought I would quickly do a narration here. So what you saw last was the day where we went ziplining. That was a full day in one vlog, and then the next day we got up and we went to this really awesome pancake restaurant called Stacks. After that, we walked all the way up to the Golden Gate Park, and then through it, or like partially through it, and then all the way to the Golden Gate Bridge. We walked over the bridge. It was another one of those days where we just walked for hours and hours over the Golden Gate Bridge, which was fantastic, and of course there I filmed quite a lot. And then we wanted to take the ferry back to San Francisco, so we had to walk to Sausalito. So we walked all the way there, which was like another hour and a half walk. And then we had a delicious dinner there. And then we took the ferry back, which was a very magical ride. Next day we had a breakfast at home at our Airbnb place, and then we took a cable car down to the embassy. So then I went into the embassy and Melody went to pop into a few shops. Going to get a new passport. Afterwards we met up again and walked through Chinatown, where we also went for lunch. Then we went all the way up to Alamo State Park, where we went to see the painted ladies, and we just hung out there for quite a bit, did some reading. After that, we went to have the best burger we ever had on the whole trip. I sadly don't remember the name of the place. Maybe Melody will tell me when she watches this video, and then I can write it in the comments. Because she usually remembers that kind of stuff, and I'm not always the best. We always went to this ice cream place, Smitten Ice Cream. I think we went there too. And then we went to have... Oh, and then we had some late night shenanigans on a playground, and also spontaneously decided to go up to Alamo State Park again because we wanted to see the full moon. That was really beautiful. And then we thought it would be hidden behind the houses, but then it just came up behind the painted ladies, and it was so beautiful. And that was our last night in San Francisco. We were so, I was so moved by that scenery, seeing all the lights and overlooking the city, and then also having the full moon, surrounded by a few clouds. It was just magical. And then our last morning was spent at Dolores State Park. We went to Tartine first, the famous bakery in San Francisco, and got some delicious breakfast, and then we walked up to Dolores State Park, and we enjoyed the scenery there. We did a lot of reading, I did some writing. This thing is bigger than my freaking face. And then we went to have lunch in a place nearby as well. And then we slowly walked home all the way back and just packed our things up, and then we were off to the airport. And I filmed some bits in the plane, and which you will see now. But before that, I quickly want to show you an overview, because I have put up this map of the US, and those are all cards from national parks. I love them. They're old style. But I want to quickly show you our main route now that this has come to an end. I want to show you the outline again, in case you have only just started watching or want to get an overview again. So this is the entire map, and we have started out right where this little flag is, in New York City, and then we traveled all the way around here over to Chicago. I put those little flags in, and I'm absolutely in love with them. All the way to Chicago, where we changed to another Amtrak. This was done with the Lakeshore Limited. And then we drove all the way through Iowa, Nebraska, I think a little corner of Kansas, Colorado, and then we came in around here, and then we drove up all the way to Salt Lake City, where we got off the Amtrak and took a car. And then with the car we drove all the way down here to Moab, and then we had a few stops around here. We did a horse trekking trip here in the mountains. We went to Zion. We then drove through the 4 states, finishing off in California. And we ended up in near Coachella Valley in 29 Palms, which is here. Then we went all the way up to Sequoia National Park, which is up here. And then we went down to the coast and to Highway number 1, where we drove all the way up the coast to Santa Cruz, where we did the whale watching, and then off to San Francisco. And then the zip lining was a little bit up north. So here you can see the flags quite nicely. This is where we have really been. Like, those are the major stops, or most of the major stops. But yeah, that was it, and I hope you enjoyed this. Sadly, the road trip is over. I am back home. I've been asking you guys for this, and it doesn't always happen, but I would love it so much if this time some of you, I know I have some dedicated viewers, I know those people, and I know I have some of you that watch every single video of mine and have been following this road trip and have been excited with me. So if you do have an account and you have the ability to comment, therefore, I would be really happy if you could just leave me a little comment under this video saying, like, what was your highlight, where you would love to have been as well with us, or what you think we should have done, or yeah, just which vlog was your favorite thing, or which place we stayed at. Please let me know. I would love that. Interact with me. It's a one-sided thing, and I would love for something to come back to me from this experience and from all of this footage. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I really certainly loved filming this stuff every day and putting it up and editing a video every day. It was the most fun thing. I thought it would get annoying at some point, but it really didn't, and I'm quite sad now that I don't have footage anymore that I haven't gone through and haven't edited, because it was also a really nice way to look back on the trip when I edited all the days. So with that, I will leave you to the flight home, which you're still about to see now. And I hope you enjoyed it, and please don't forget to leave a comment for me. Thank you, and take care as always. Bye bye. Bye bye America. Bye bye city by the bay. Bye bye road trip. Back home, and the road trip is over, and this thing is over. My vlogging every day of my travels, which is crazy because I did enjoy it a lot. I'm on the worst flight. I have the worst person next to me. It's like a nightmare. This is the longest flight of this entire trip because it's from San Francisco back to Paris. It's 11 to 12 hours, and really was like quite okay with like thinking about the flight, but now I have this horrible person next to me. It's just like I'm in the middle seat of a row of 3, and it's just like I'm battling with anxiety every minute of this flight, and it's great. And we're only in for like 3 hours, so yeah, I'm trying to get home safely. Road trip is over. And I thank you very much for having been a part of it.